Hello everyone, this is Edwin Huertas, and today we are going to add a new web page to our website using Voxy CMS. Hooray! Okay, so let's start by logging in. I'm going to click Remember Me, so I don't have to keep logging in. When you first log in, you'll see a bunch of different options. One in specific, content management. You can click on View More to manage your web pages, or you can select from the left-hand side menu under Content Pool. There's an option called Web Pages. So let's click on that. Now this page here displays all of the different pages on your website, and it's in a tree structure. So if you click the small plus sign here, you can open up the sub pages and edit those if needed by clicking content, properties, etc. Each row represents a page on your website. But for this example, we're going to add a new page. So let's go up here on the right hand side, right top, and click the plus sign to add a new page. Now we start off with your page properties. The first option is the menu text, the text that is actually displayed on your menu on the front end of your website. So for this example, I'm just going to call it a test. As you can see, I've done this before. And for the document URL, that's the actual URL that's displayed up on the browser bar. I'm going to call it test.html. Now, I add the .html because for me it works better with search engines when you have root documents. And in this case, if I deleted the .html, for instance, search engines like Google will consider this a page inside a folder called test. So that makes it a second level document, and I find that for SEO purposes, first level documents work better. Now that's my opinion, from my studies, but it really doesn't matter. You can name that whatever you want, as long as it doesn't have any funky characters or anything that's not readable by the average web browser. Now you can turn off, you can set this to on if you want to hide this option, this page, from your menu options on the front end of your website. And in this case, we're going to leave it on because I just want to show you the example afterwards. Now, your module, this is what kind of a page it is. So we can set this to either a controller, a web document, or a static or redirect, which basically allows you to send that user, when they click on this menu option, it can go anywhere that you want them to by adding the URL here. Controllers allow you to add different things like a contact page, forum page, different types of a shop home page, blog post, etc. We'll get into those kinds of pages later in other tutorials, but for this we're creating a standard web document. Ignore these fields here. We're doing away with this. In your version of Voxy CMS, it probably won't have this. This is an option that we now do through the marketing wizard, but that's another video. Now, this is your meta tag information for your page. You want to try and use your keywords in your page's title, because search engines give high priority to keywords that they find in the title, and it's better for SEO. So if you're a pet groomer, you might want to use my pet grooming website, whatever your pet grooming website name is, but make sure you use the words pet grooming in there. In this example, I'm just going to do a test, so it's just a quick run through of the features. So I'm not going to get into the whole SEO thing, but I'll add some sample keywords here, test, demo. And for your description, you really want to focus. Keywords, they aren't as important because Google stopped indexing them altogether, and they don't really spider them, and most search engines don't, but I like to use some for the smaller search engines. it still helps. There's nothing wrong with it. But for meta description, you definitely want to make sure you add your keywords in this box here. So again, I'm going to use "this is just a test for demo purposes." I'm being lazy here, but you want to optimize this. Put in maybe 300 characters, 400 characters. I'm not sure. I forget what the limit is, but you want to make sure you use your keywords, sprinkle them throughout the verbiage there, while at the same time making sure that both your title and your description actually get people to click on your link. Remember, this is what search engines are going to show when someone does a search under your listing. So it's important that it's not just keyword stuffed content. We want to make sure that it's actually it convinces the person to click on your link. But let's go ahead and continue. So now our web page has been created. If we go to the front end of the website and we hit refresh, you can see it's put it as the first option here. I'm going to go ahead and click edit page properties so that I can disable that, because I don't want people to see this page on the front end. So if we go back now, you'll see it's disappeared. Now, if I wanted to display it but show it under a different page option or menu option, I would click this symbol here, an up and down arrow, and this page allows you to sort your pages. So if I wanted to put it under, let's say, information, I can save it there, and the page will be stored under my information tab here. So let's go back to edit that page. I put it here under information. Let's go ahead and click content. Now, as you can see, if you click, by the way, there's a tab called preview page. If you click that, it gives you a quick preview of the page, so you don't have to actually open up a separate browser. But if you look at our page, there's no content. We haven't added anything. It defaulted to our about us page template. For our site, we have lots of different templates. Your theme might include 4 or 5 pages. You might have 10 different templates to use. In our case, ours defaulted to the about because it's alphabetical, but I'm going to go ahead and select inside plain pages. Yours might be named differently, have different names. It doesn't matter. You'll understand your templates because they'll be your designs. Now, for this, we're just going to use a simple template that doesn't include any images or anything fancy. It's just the breadcrumbs, etc. So let's go ahead and save it. Now, if we preview the page, you'll see it's just a template. It's just a shell. There's nothing in there. So the first thing we want to do is add a block. And as you can see, it inserted a row here. If you click on this row, it opens up your editor. Now, the first thing you want to do is assign that block to a section on your web page. So you select a block name from the template. For this particular template, we have first row, second row, third row, fourth row, fifth row. So we have 5 different blocks on our web page that we can add content to. In your template, these blocks might be named differently. You might have 10 blocks, 20 blocks. You can have as many as you need for your template, but whatever your template can hold, it'll display it here. So for this example, I'm going to just select first row, and if you click here where it says edit content, a small editor pops up. And this is similar to Word. If you know how to use Word, you should be able to use this. It allows you to format the text, insert images, do all types of cool stuff. So for this, let's just create a quick test title. Goes here. This is just some sample text for demo purposes. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and copy that a few times just so it fills in the space here. I'm going to make this a title, an H1 tag. Now there's different styles you can add to it, different font sizes, different fonts, etc. I like to keep it simple, just use the heading tags at the most. So this is basically what it's going to look like in this block that we just assigned to first row. So let's go ahead and save that. Now if we preview the page, we can see that it added the text, and we can go back and edit and do things like add an image. Let's go ahead. If you look here, there's lots of different icons. If you hover over them, it'll give you a little pop-up of what they do. Paste from Word. Here there's one called image, and we're going to click that. You can browse from the images you've uploaded already, either through here or through your media manager. But in this case, we're going to upload one. So we click the upload tab, click browse. I'm just gonna pick some random image here. This lady looks nice. Let's send her to the server, and pow, there you go. She's in there. I'd like to mention that you should add what they call alternative text, alt tags. And what this is it's text that will display on browsers that I guess can't display images. It's not visible to most people, but for search engines, they spider this text, and it gives you some points towards your SEO. So I like to use my keywords in here. In this case, again, I'm test keyword. There's no particular product for this page or anything that I'm optimizing for, so I'm just gonna use anything. But you can also add a space to the horizontal, give it a horizontal spacing rather. I'm going to give it a spacing of 10 and a vertical spacing of 10. You can align it left or right. I'm going to align this one to the right. And also there's a tab called Advanced. If you're a little more high level and you know a little bit of HTML and you know style sheets, then you can insert your style here. For instance, I have one called image dash responsive, and it comes with the bootstrap template that I'm using now, and that's for mobile phones, so it kind of adjusts the image for mobile phones. So there you have it. Now we have our page, our image. Let's go ahead and save that, and let's preview it, and there you go. Easy enough. You can again, you can add as many blocks as you need. The actual templates are just HTML templates with embedded code, so you can custom create all kinds of templates. If you know any kind of HTML, if you're even halfway decent, you can make some pretty nice templates and add as many blocks as you like. Customize them to have 40-50 blocks if you need, and that's it. This is how simple it is to add a new page to your website. And thank you for joining us, and I hope to speak to you soon. Thank you.